Hi all, here's a quick video to explain how I envision using this template. The second half provides a short tutorial on editing tables in Google Docs and using the relatively new feature Priority Workspaces to help you stay organized. Let's jump in. When you click on the link to the template, you'll be asked if you want to make a copy. Google will try to open the document in whatever Google account you are currently signed into or ask you to sign into one. You're going to want to rename the document. I use the period name, the letter, at the beginning to help me stay organized. The basic idea is pretty simple. Explain the method of attendance verification that you'll use. Okay, and I'm going to jump down to the end of the document where there is a sample. Here I'm expecting students to check in with a Zoom meeting and then work on their short story. I also let them know how they will receive the link to join whatever web conference I set up for them. The activities and assignments column is pretty self-explanatory. I include the due date and the method of submission. It's also posted in my Poly, but it's right here with all of the directions. I have this fantasy that students will print out this document and then check things off as they do them, but it is posted in multiple places. Lastly, I identify student resources, both those they already have and anything new I have created for this week. Well, they should know what materials they already have. Maybe if the document identifies them, students will send fewer email questions about it. So this template includes all of the periods, the L periods, community time, lunch. It includes everything. So if we go back up and look at the original one, you can see everything is here. My thought is that you'd fill in the detail that you want for a particular class and then delete all the rows you don't need. So if we go back and look at mine, again down here, you can see I have L period open. I think that's probably going to be a requirement. And I'm telling them how they're going to access me. Maybe it's through email. I'm going to use Google Meet. And then down here, this is my free period. And so I merged all the cells together to create one big cell because there aren't any attendance or resources for this class. It's just office hours, more or less. And students can check in with me. And that's the template. The second half of the video will demonstrate how to delete rows, merge cells, change cell colors, and organize a little bit in Google Drive. The most important thing to remember about working with tables, if you want to edit something, you have to actually be in a cell. You can be clicked in like this. You can highlight, select several cells, rows, columns, whatever you need, but you have to select it first, otherwise the tools don't appear. Okay, and everything I'm about to show you can be accessed through Format, Table. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the right-click method. You get the exact same things, but it's just much quicker to do it that way. Okay, so first thing I want to customize is this A period. I don't have a class that period, so I'm going to select everything and I'm going to merge all the cells. So that's one way. The table remembers that there are cells there. So let's say I've gone and I've spent 20 minutes editing the rest of it. If I did undo to get those cells back, everything I've typed is going to be lost. So instead, I can select it and then I can unmerge the cells. So if you're ever creating tables, it's much better to put all the cells in and then merge them together so that later you can unmerge them than to try and add cells later. That's a little more complicated. All right, so I'm going to make this, that's my free period. Now I'm pretending this is my A period, my C period class, let's say, and I don't need B period on this particular document. So I can click on any cell in the row or click on the whole row. Either way will work. I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete the row. That's pretty much all there is to merging cells and deleting them. I can add a cell above or below, and whatever you add is going to take on the qualities of the row that you start from. So if I start from here and I click insert a row above, I'm going to get the same thing. But if I start here and insert a row above, I'm going to get this. Okay, so that's handy if you need to add cells back in or make more space. All right, let's get rid of those two things that I just added. Okay. The other thing that you can do is you can color code. Let's say, for example, I don't like the color Holmgren chose here. I'm going to select that. And then I look for the little fill color icon. I don't see it. Anytime you don't see anything, you click on these three dots and you'll get more choices. So here's that fill background color. So I'm going to change it We want a nice, refreshing, relaxing green there. Lastly, if I'm typing in here, because there are 2 lines in this row over here, this is twice as wide. I'm only going to type 1 line of text. It looks messy. I want it centered because I do. And click on that. And then what you're going to scroll down to is table properties. And here, I can just change it to middle. Okay. There are some other controls here for table border, the whole border, the cell background. We did it a different way. You can also do it here and then click OK. And now my line is centered. You can do all the same things you can do anywhere else. You can make fonts bigger, bold, change the color of them, make them align to the left or to the right or centered, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to delete your whole table, that always tends to be, I always have trouble with this. The fastest way to do it is to select it all and then hit delete. Sometimes when you're trying to do more than that, it won't let you delete it, or it'll delete all the text out and leave the lines. So that's a quick way. Just highlight all the rows and go through. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to show you how to organize your drive to create a workspace where you can see just the documents you need for next week at one time. This last little tip is a way to help organize the files that you open all of the time. Now you can use starred and have them appear, but they appear in a list and they may not be very organized. So in the priority tab, the files that you've opened most recently are going to show up here. But down here you can create what they call workspaces, which are basically just a list of files, right? You click on it and it'll open up the file. And I usually like to have only 3, so it'll go right across the screen and it looks more efficient for me so I don't have to scroll around. And I usually don't keep more than 5 files in there because I can, again, it's all about efficiency. So I can click on view and I can see all the files in there. But if I just have a few that I can open very quickly, it saves time. So let's create one together. You're going to go up to create. You're going to give it a name. Now it does alphabetize these workspaces, which is why my distance class is first. So I don't want to put it. So I use the trick of putting numbers in front to force it to alphabetize it the way that I want. Click create. There's my space. Now it's going to suggest some things that I've edited recently. I don't want those. I can scroll just a little bit more, choose other files, and it's going to open up navigation to my most recent files, all my files, shared files. I can find anything that I want in here. So if you wanted to create a workspace of the documents for like the contingency plan docs or your lesson plans, right? Contingency plan. You have all of these documents that you can put into this little workspace. And basically, you're just going to click on them, whichever ones you want, hit return or enter, and there they are. And you can see it's 25 files, limited. I would try to keep it short because the more you put in here, the less efficient it is. You might as well just put them in a folder. And you can add files that way. You can click done. Now here are my files. Okay. If I want to add them from somewhere else, because now once it's done, I can't add them anymore in here. Once you can add them when you're creating, but afterwards you would just go to My Drive, just click on any random file. Oh, Polyvarsity. Okay. Click on that and then click Add to Workspace, and your list of your workspaces will show up. And you also have the opportunity to create a new workspace right then. Again, the more you do it, the less efficient it becomes. The more files in the workspace and the more workspaces you have, you might as well just have what I have, which are files for individual classes. Okay? And I can always get back to them by hitting priority. So on my device, I actually have this bookmark set to come to this page. Right? Now, I don't want this practice one anymore. Remove it. Yes. Okay, the files are still where they originally were. This doesn't move the files anywhere. It just creates a link to wherever you've put the files. Okay, I hope you find that helpful.